I have been told that Shadowbringers is one of the best Final Fantasy games ever made. And having played through Heavensward now, I can say I think that this is actually a good game with a good story. Much to my surprise after playing through Realm Reborn. No offense to Realm Reborn, but it's not very well done, I think. Um, but I wanted to stream it. I told people I would stream it. And then I was like, you know, I should probably figure out how streaming 14 is going to go before I do the game that everyone is really excited about emotionally. So I was like, what if, since I'm very close to starting Stormblood, I started streaming where I am right now and get to Stormblood and kind of go from there. So I'm going to... Yeah, no, hearing the story behind Realm Reborn, I have a lot of respect for them for it. They did wonderful work with what they have. But by itself, after the fact, it's not so great. Yeah, I watched a documentary of it. It was really good. For anyone who doesn't know, just in case, like, okay, so chat sound off. Who here plays 14 versus has never seen Final Fantasy 14 before? Because that is going to be very helpful for me in determining how I approach this stream. Because I figure... Oh, man. Okay. All right. So it looks like we've got a spread going on here. Of... Oh my God, Ormy, you played 1.0. Amazing. Okay. So the thing is, I'm a red mage. Well, hold on. Let me. How do I? There's a way to do this. I figured this out before. No. How do? Here we go. I am a red mage, and I'm super cool. Look at how cool I am. I'm only a red mage. Other people play other classes. They play multiple classes and they switch between them. I don't. Because so my story with this game is that yes. Well, okay, Stolen Light, I had actually made a Lalafell, and then when I got to hold on. I'm gonna go ahead and go into Fort Thompson. I want to go here, but I don't want to have a scene yet. And they're probably gonna have a scene happen. But so I had a Lalafell because I'd never played an MMO before. I had no interest in MMOs. I've tried playing them. I'm completely resistant to most addictive gameplay. So people kept trying to get me to play them, and I was just like, this is super uninteresting, and I don't like it. But then a bunch of my friends played this game, and I moved away from Texas. And I was like, okay, my Texas friends, and even some of my not local to Austin friends, play this game. If I'm moving far away, I should play this game so that I can play this game with them, and I was super excited about that. But then I started playing the game and I had no idea what was going on. I had no idea how anything worked. I could not even understand how to attack enemies. Hi, Blues! I don't know. So I played the game roughly once or twice a month for the first year and a half or 2 years that I played it. I never quite figured out what was going on or how to play it. Like, I managed to limp along through it. But part of why I wasn't playing it very much, like, addictive gameplay doesn't work on me. I'm not into the grind. I don't like revisiting the same thing over and over again. I solely played it as like I'm gonna get online and play and fight monsters with my friends, and that was all I did. And the story of A Realm Reborn was really underwhelming. A Realm Reborn, so for anyone who doesn't know the way things work in MMOs, you have like, okay, and bear with me if I get this wrong, but you have like 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, I think they're on 5.0. No. They're on 4.0. 5.0 is going to the moon. I think I might be doing this wrong, this math wrong. No, that's right. No, it is 5.0 is Shadowbringers. But so like you have like the patch, which is or an expansion. You have an expansion, and it's basically like a new game. So they had the original game 1.0, and it was by all accounts terrible. It was like really badly designed, and they have a few areas in this version of the game that are still the same design they had then, and they're terrible. It's not good. And it was awful, and some people still managed to play it anyway, but it was really not good. So this guy named Yoshi P was assigned by Square Enix, go in there and fix it. So he like went in, and there's a whole documentary on this, and it's fascinating. And he was like, wow, this is a hot mess. We need to basically revamp the entire thing and make it actually functional without screwing over the people who are currently playing the game. So what they did is they were simultaneously trying to like make small changes to the original base game while also making an entire new version of it at the same time. Completely nuts. And then within the context of the world, the story was basically the bad guys summon the moon and crash it down into the planet, and Bahamut is involved somehow. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not exactly clear on that. So the world gets like destroyed, and they use this as an excuse to like, so then they shut everything down briefly, and then they like turn off the old one and turn on the new one, which is way better. So it's like an in-character reason why everything has changed, which is really interesting, because then like the entire story kind of like it's like in like the world got like super wrecked, people died, terrible things happened. It's really the moon was holding Bahamut. So yeah, so the moon landed, and then because the moon crash landing into the planet isn't bad enough, then Bahamut came out and was like mega flare, and everybody was like, oh no, this isn't good. So that was how it's Mega Flare in the other games, and that's the one that I know. But so then they had this kind of hot mess of 2.0, A Realm Reborn, because A Realm, like the game, Reborn, because they remade it, so it's very clever. I'll probably redo this intro at some point later, but but for now, for those of you who are watching right now to know this thing, so they remade the game. They had like story, like plot elements from before that they had to kind of work with, and gameplay elements from before that they had to work with, and they were a new team. It was not like, some of them were the same people, but like they had like a new like strategy, a new person in charge of how things were done and things like that. So they were still figuring things out during 2.0. 1.0 being like old, the original, the thing that was bad. And then 2.0, they were trying to figure out how to make it good. And it's not good, but it's better than it was. And so like I got through 2.0 somewhat begrudgingly over the course of about 2 years. And then everyone had told me, when you get to Heaven's Word, which is the first expansion, again, if we think about this like games, it's like look at my character, look how cute she is. But yeah, so if you think about it like this: Final Fantasy 14, the original, was the terrible sequel that we like, you don't even have to play that anymore, or the terrible prequel that you don't have to play. And then A Realm Reborn is the first game, which isn't very good. But then they made the second game, which is Heaven's Word, which is really good. And then they made a third game, which is Stormblood, and a fourth game, which is Shadowbringers. Although I guess it's the fifth, if we count the prequel. So, Heaven's Word starts, and I'm like, I don't really believe it's gonna be that much better, because like, I know people really like this game, but A Realm Reborn was super underwhelming. But then I wound up playing Heaven's Word, and like immediately upon going into the place we're about to go in Heaven's Word, Like the facial animations are different, the voice actors are different, the characters are better, the story is better, like just like unrecognizably better. It's like, oh, they made a good sequel because they figured out kind of gameplay mechanic wise how to make like the dungeons more fun and less annoying. But most importantly for me, because I'm Lauren and I really like story and characters, it's so much better. Like, if you do not wish to have Final Fantasy XIV spoilers, through Heaven's Word, the end of the Dragon Song, whatever. The end of Dragon Song. If you do not want spoilers for that, this is not the stream for you. Because that's where we're picking up. Just finished Dragon Song recently. But, if you don't mind spoilers, there is a character who dies, who I did not call was going to die at all. It's completely caught off guard. Really well done. I was sobbing. They had things that are like throwbacks to that character, and I cried every time. At the end of the Dragon Song arc, they have a reminder or throwback to that character, and I was crying. It's such a great character, and I'm sorry I can't share that character with you. But since you're not going to worry about spoilers, he's the guy that I have as my little wind-up horse font. Hold on. Yeah, Realm Reborn barely has, I'm sorry, it has a lot of not good or not memorable characters, and the characters that it does have are archetypes, and I will tell you kind of a bit about the characters as we come across them who were in Realm Reborn. When we come across them in here, I'll tell you about like what they used to be like, how they've changed, and what I think about that, because I have thoughts and feelings. But this guy, Horschfont, I love him. Everybody loves him. If you ever hear people talking about this game and they say something like, "I smile better suits a hero," is that the exact phrasing? That's who they're talking about. Everybody loves him. Everybody has like a painting of him in their house. I was like, I don't have a painting of him in my house, but I have a doll of him that follows me around. He's really funny. He's overly enthusiastic about your character. So he's the bastard son of a noble house, which we're actually about to go. This is his father's house and his two half brothers. So to fill you in a little bit on what's going on here, smile better suits a hero. Yeah. Oh, he's so great. He's really great. He's a great character. I love him. So a lot's gone on, and the Cliff's Notes version is, so there's an evil empire, but we haven't really been dealing so much with them a ton. They did show up a little bit, and we had a floating continent section, Will, like with teleporters and a Magitech research facility in it, and there's optional bosses that play the Atmo weapon theme. Like, I got there and I was like, because it doesn't call it the floating continent, but it's the floating continent. I arrived there and I'm like, are there teleporters in this? There were teleporters and they were annoying. It was amazing. I was like, this is so Final Fantasy VI through and through. And that's the way that they do references. Like, there's also apparently optional boss fights with actual, like I guess Kefka and stuff that's like less related content. I'm not exactly sure if they haven't done any of that yet. But largely the way they do references is I'm like, oh, this is like the floating continent. But they're not like, hey, it's a floating continent. It's just, it's clearly inspired by and kind of like a nod to without recreating or being, yeah. So the Evil Empire, they're Roman. They have stupid armor designs and ridiculous Roman names, and I don't like them. And I don't find them very interesting yet, although I've been told I may find them more interesting as time goes by. So we have those guys. And they're trying to take over the world because that's what evil empires do. They're kind of boring. So if you see any like Roman names, it's the Imperials. Who cares about the Imperials? Then there's other groups of people. There's the basement Goths, the Ascians, who are like, we have recently found out that they're kind. I think if I'm remembering correctly, they our friends are like working with the light and the planet, the goddess planet. And then there's like the dark and they're like on the dark side of things. And I'm not entirely clear on that because I did not care about the story in Realm Reborn. And Realm Reborn had more of the Empire and more of the Basement Goths. And I'm going to call them the Basement Goths all the time. I apologize. One of the fun things about sharing games with you all that I have experience with off stream is that I get to share my really stupid inside jokes and names for things with you. Like we've been playing through Suikoden and I'm like telling you like which actors I've always thought the characters look like and the stupid names that I gave people. Or when we're playing games and I refer to things as salsa barrels because they're red and explosive and things like that. But the basement goths are uncool, and then there's Laha Bread, who's like the worst of them. But they were all in 2.0, and chances are I won't be able to figure out what they're doing when they show up in the story again, which I'm sure they will. I'm going to complain about them. All of that happened. Like light versus dark, whatever. Put that aside, that'll probably become relevant in later expansions. But what we've just finished up, Heavensward takes place in this northern snowy, if you look around, this northern snowy continent that's kind of like a cross between like this Spanish Catholic thing and France. So all the names are French, which means I'm going to butcher them. Please forgive me. But the thing here is that for like a bazillion years, the people in this place who are all Elizin, which is the fancy Final Fantasy XIV name for elves, they have stupidly long necks. They have been at war with dragons, and it's been a really big, it's like 1,000 years, 2,000 years, a really long time. And you kind of get pulled. Oh yes, by the way, you can jump in this game. I will show you how I skateboard on my horse later, because I want the world to see. I was actually, so right before, the reason why we start this stream at 8 is because from 6 till 8. I play with my friends that I play every week with, and we do stuff. And we originally formed as a group. They were getting me mounts, horses, which is why I have the Tamer of Steeds. So they're the Magical Pony Adventures Club. Like, so we play ponies. So if you hear me talking about my pony friends, that's what I'm talking about. And I was just telling them how excited I was to show you me skateboarding on my horses. It's amazing. But yeah, so the giraffe elves, the Elizin, have been fighting dragons for a really long time, and everybody dies, and it's really bad. And you get kind of pulled into the politics. There's like Inquisition type stuff going on. There's like, it's a theocracy. The Archbishop is clearly corrupt. So there's political stuff happening. There's like the nobles versus the like riffraff. There's the like noble houses versus the other noble houses. So there's politics going on. There's the House Furton, which our friend who died is the bastard son of, and they've got good characters, and I like them. I mean, I love him. And he has a friend who's also bastard son of the Archbishop, who kind of becomes the de facto leader of the good people. He's also the literally prettiest character I've ever seen in a video game ever. And even if you don't like men, you have to admit that he is like stunningly gorgeous. We'll presumably encounter him at some point, and you will see he's the most beautiful person. It's really unfair that any one person should be so pretty. But so he's good, and he's like, hey, we need to like deal with our internal politics. Now, in addition to that, there's a group of people who are like, I'm trying to remember exactly the details of stuff, but like they're like friends with the dragons, which is like the ultimate how could you do that. And they're being led by this woman who's like, I am the incarnation of Shiva. So something you have to understand going into this is that, you know, summons, if you played Final Fantasy, you know summons. Well, in this case, they're called primals, and they get summoned by believers, where if enough people believe in you, then you become, or then you get summoned as a primal. And in her case, she has so much faith in Saint Shiva that she turns into what she thinks Shiva looks like, which isn't actually, as you find out, it's her own heart, not like the real Shiva. But so through all of this, with all of these drama pieces going on, you have the corrupt and evil Archbishop, you have people trying to make peace with the dragons, you have a Dragoon Knight who wants to kill all of the dragons because the dragons are killing everybody. You make friends with the dragon, you wind up with a sworn enemy. I hated the dragons so much, but I eventually realized I just hate Nidhogg. But it's good. Like, the way I hate the main dragon villain is different than the way that I hate the basement goths or the Empire. Like, oh my god, just like get me started about Nidhogg. Oh my god, every time he would show up, she'd be like, I hate the dragons. I'd like go mash my anger about the dragons at my friends in chat. One of my friends who's not in the ponies, but she plays this game, she loves dragons, and she was like, do you hate all the dragons? And I was like, I like Vidofnir. And she's like, there you go, that's my girl. Okay, beating up the dragon is fine, but so like, you eventually discover that dragons and humans used to be friends, but then the humans betrayed the dragons, and then Nidhogg, who I hate so much, never got over it. Doesn't matter how many of his own children he sends to die in war, other people's children he murders in war. Doesn't matter, just everyone needs to die because of this. Meanwhile, you kind of make peace with some of the other dragons. You help overthrow the bad archbishop who causes the death of my friend who dies, that I was very sad about. So it's like all this stuff, like there's political intrigue, there's characterization, there's like good versus evil, there's tragedy, people die. Sorry, I don't like Assail as much as I liked Harshfont, so I didn't cry as much. But I actually thought, okay, again, spoilers, we're just dropping spoilers here. I thought Estinian was gonna die, but the fact that he lived was so great. The way in which he lived, and it showed Harshfont. Oh my god, I was crying. I was so happy. So like, there's good stuff going on. So there's peace. There's peace now. We finally got rid of the dragon who wants to kill everybody. And now we're making friends with the dragons who don't want to kill everybody. We've reworked the political system, but not a total overhaul, because we learned the hard way that if you make too much change, people start trying to kill you. Yeah, Isael goes out on her own terms, and you're like, yeah, no, and you kind of knew there was no way she was going to make it through the story. And she's a hero. It's a little different. Whereas Harshfont is kind of your buddy and the comic relief, so you don't expect him to die. But yeah, so like, we've kind of reworked some of the government. Things are going okay. So it's like, we're all right. We're all right. Things are actually good. We're leaving this country better than we found it. And maybe it can heal. So at some point soon, we will go get to Stormblood, but we're not there yet. But rather than like, you finish all of the story in Heavensward, including the like extended stuff, which is the Dragon Song War, which is when we finally took out that jerk, but Nidhogg, I hate him so much. So Midgardstormer, you see this person right here has a dragon. That's like the ultimate dragon, and he like sends a little version of himself to go hang out with you. But so what was I saying? We rather than having like a clear cut from this game to this game, they give you like little bits of content in between while they're working on the next big one. So we finished up all the stuff that was like coming off of the end of Heavensward, and we're about to start building up to do some pre-stuff. The difference is Genesis wrecked the game that he was in. He didn't fit in. I hate Nidhogg because of the destruction that he did in the world. I hate Nidhogg because of what a horrible, evil, hateful, just him in the world. So it's good. It's good that I hate Nidhogg. I'm glad that he's in the game. I'm glad he's no longer hurting people in the story, you know, if that makes sense. But yes, I hate him for being a good evil character. Yeah, no, which is surprising. Like right now, I don't think that I don't think the Empire's interesting. I don't like them. I don't take the Basement Goths seriously. I find them very obnoxious. This is why they have a name making fun of them, and I complain and make fun of them. Like, as far as I can tell, they're like the Basement Goths, like hiding out in somebody's basement prison on the moon, being very dramatic and lurking with masks. So I make fun of them. Yeah, we're gonna see what happens. Where we pick up, I have no idea what Stormblood's going to be. That's so Realm Reborn is 2.0. Heavensward is 3.0. We are going to get to 4.0, but right now we're doing 3 point something. And at some point, this is going to lead us to Stormblood. So what you need to know about me is I started off as a Lalafell. If you see, we have a little bitty Lalafell right there. They look like they're like 4 years old. They have no knees. As you can see, they kind of walk like that. So I originally started playing a Lalafell because I thought they were funny, and I really wasn't invested in the game. But partway through the end of, like, partway through Heavensward, I was like, I can't take these story scenes seriously with my little Lalafell. But fortunately, they let you, like, change your character. So I remade my character as a human, because I also wanted to experiment with fashion. I really want to dye my hair this color in real life. And actually, this is exactly what I want my fashion, except maybe not like an open top, but this is what I want my fashion to look like in real life. So I made my character a human, and now I take her seriously in story scenes, because I was just like, the comedy of her being ridiculous, because I made a ridiculous Lalafell, just didn't fit how seriously I was taking the story. So a lot of people, when they play this game, obviously not everybody, but a lot of people when they play this game, have a story, and they're like, so in the context of what we're playing, we follow the adventures of the Warrior of Light, who is whoever you are. But to make that work, people will be like, there's the Warrior of Light, and then there's my character who has this job and fills this role and this stuff and has this personality. Even if people aren't seriously role-playing, they do this. I have literally no idea who or what L'Oreala's backstory would be, because I think I've told folks before, I like to play games where I'm given a character and given a story, unless I'm playing a tabletop game. And here, I'm not given a story, I'm not given anything. And yet there's a story happening around me. So I'm just like, I'm playing as this like avatar figure and getting invested in other people's stories, which is fine because they pick a character to kind of be like the main character, like Alphino, who you will see soon, and I will tell you all about my thoughts about Alphino, including the fact that I'm now taller than him, which is weird after playing as a Lalafell for 3 years. Or 2.5 years. But I don't know if I will develop a story for L'Oreala. A friend who writes fanfic about his characters and his friends' characters was like, I think L'Oreala should show up. What's she like? I figure she's like this. And I'm like, I don't know what she's like. But she's a red mage. Oops, not that button. I'm good at buttons. See, I'm a red mage. It's very exciting. It means I use both black and white magic and also a sword, which is super fantastic because I have Zorro moves, which you'll see. I give everything nicknames. Oh, look at that. We're both red mages. You've got a red mage, like, so that's a more classical red mage outfit going on there. Whereas, like, I'm just going roguish here. But yeah, so what was I gonna say? Well, what else was I saying? I think I pretty much caught you up to everything. So we'll figure out. We'll figure out if L'Oreala develops a personality or a story or anything like that. I guess we can work on that. Obviously, so her name fits the pattern of Lalafell names. So she does appear to have been named by a Lalafell. So I guess that's her backstory now. But they're very small. I had a tendency to hide in plants. And everything seemed very big in the world. Everything seems very big in the world when you're a Lalafell. Whereas like now I'm just kind of middle-sized. But yeah, so that's my summary of this game. If you've got any questions about what's going on, just ask. I will do my best to answer. Ooh, there's a lightning storm going on. Well, that's exciting. Do let me know if you have any questions. If I can't answer them, maybe somebody else can, because I am not the most well-versed in lore. There's so much, and I didn't really pay any attention in A Realm Reborn. This is a bad thing. So I'll have to ask my friends, like, do I know who this guy is? And they're like, yes, Lauren, that's the guy who did this. And I'm like, who did what? They're like, did you not see that scene? Like, I was like mashing through story scenes. I was mashing through story scenes. And you've seen me in story scenes. But yeah, so maybe Commodore, that would be a better a better use for them. Oh, do you see this? Oh man, okay. So, what was I gonna say? I was like, oh, I got distracted. We're playing with English voice acting. So here's a night. Come at a most excellent time. Oh, an invitation. Truly preeminent personage. Are they talking about... Yes! You get to see the most beautiful character. I love Emmerich. I think it's impossible not to like Emmerich. He's just... Multiple characters in the game are like, I would do literally anything Emmerich needs. I would die for Emmerich. And I'm like, fair. Fair. Like, a lot of times you can't understand in games why a character would inspire such devotion, but people will just go on and on. They're like, he's so good, and he's so noble, and he's so dedicated to his cause, and he cares so much about his friends, and he's so gentle and humble, and I'm like, he is all of those things. He's amazing. I love him. So, yeah, no, the game is really very, very beautiful. Okay. So we're gonna go have dinner with Emmerich. Okay. So we have dialogue options now, sometimes in Heavensward. I don't know why. I don't think it really makes a difference. I guess it's in case you want to roleplay. I don't know. Let's see how fancy do we have to dress up as. Maybe we'll figure out L'Oreal's personality as we play through this together. Alpine coat. Oh man, okay. So they're talking about one of Hirschfont's half-brothers here. Okay. So something that is interesting about the music in this is that there's a song called Dragon Song, which is very important to the story. All the vocal songs like actually like fit the game like that they're taking place in. So Answers, which is A Realm Reborn's main theme, which is my favorite. Like once you kind of figure out what's going on, you're like, oh, I know who's singing this and why. And the Dragon Song tells the story of the history of this country and the dragons and the humans, which is really cool. But so you hear a lot of music. You hear a lot of bits of Dragon Song in like the like you just got a quest thing. Okay, so we're gonna go. Okay. One thing I'm not good at is finding my way around. Where did they say I was going? Sea of Clouds? Okay, hold on. We're gonna go here. This is what I do every single time. I have to figure out where I'm going. I want to go to the Astrologicum. Okay, so we're gonna go teleport with the Ethernet. Which is a thing that I've learned how to do, but it took me a really long time. This is the first city I've ever been able to actually find my way around in because it's the first city that I've cared about. This city is, I think, only available once you get to Heavensward. Okay. Map. 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 I'm really bad at finding my way around. So I basically just run from map to map. So what we're doing here is, there's this thing here, this thing that looks like a chocobo foot. That's how we know it's the main story quest, or MSQ, which is what we're going to be doing here. All of the non-main story quest stuff, I will probably be playing with my ponies friends. But we're going to be doing the main story quest. Okay, so House Borel. Yes, Crisis Core 2. Was that what I started me using a map? I'll believe. Oh, well, no, I was beginning to learn to use maps before Crisis Core 2, which is Final Fantasy VII Remake. And I rely on the maps here because I like literally only ever teleport between places. Doesn't matter how close they are, I just teleport. I'm lazy. But you can't teleport the same way within a city, so you have to use the Ethernet. Yes, I know it's probably Aethernet. It's the Ethernet. You're stuck with my stupid names for things. Okay. Okay, so, are we going to Emmerich's house? Are we going to, oh my god, I don't think I've been to Emmerich's house. Oh my god, okay, we're gonna have a cutscene. Amazing. So Emmerich is really good friends with the Dragoon who went off to be very dramatic alone, kind of like Cain at the end of Final Fantasy IV. So yeah, we're having dinner with Emmerich. What is he wearing? He changed clothes. I guess he's not filling the same role he had been filling. So like, oh yeah, he's wearing a different outfit. I'm so happy for him. That means he's changed jobs, but not like changed jobs like in a like job class kind of way. Like,
to think the Moogles would prove such harsh taskmasters. Forgive me. I did not know you had suffered so in your quest for the horn.
can you hear the voice acting? Because I actually really like the voice acting once you get to Heavensward. And he just like sounds so nice. It's like they told him, you have to sound like the nicest person. Then he was like, all right, I'll do my best to be the nicest sounding person. And I think they did a great job. Yes, it's a completely different studio. The one voice actor that I really liked in the original was in 2.0 was Alphino's voice actor, but I really like what they've done with his voice actor in this game too. Looking forward to introducing all of you to Alphino. He's a great character. He's been kind of the main character of the end of Realm Reborn and then Heavensward. He's like the one who we follow alongside in our quests. But this is like, I guess mostly the end of Realm Reborn was him making mistakes. Emmerich can't be contained by job classes. He's Emmerich. Are you gonna tell Emmerich he can't use a sword or a shield or a bow? I really like him. But so like, Alphino was the main character for like a big chunk of earlier stuff, but then the more of the cast becomes better developed. So they don't have to lean as heavily on just this one character of Alphino. Which is really like, I think they've done a great job, even though like I was really struggling to know who the people were. Like I kept referring to Hirschfont as the guy behind a desk. At the end of Realm Reborn stuff, because I couldn't remember who he was and I didn't care, but I started liking him. And then it turns out he's super important in Heavensward and I love him. But yeah, so we're gonna go through this cutscene. Look at how cool I am. So I'm talking about backstory stuff. I'm talking about what we've been up to. We hung out with some Moogles who are comedy. And then like they actually animated the mouths, which I don't think they would have done.
I must say, your spirited accounts always come as a welcome change from the arid reports which fill my days.
He's so adorable. He's just such a sweetheart. Seal and Mortar, thank you for the raid. Hi, friends, and welcome. I just gave everybody as much background as I could on this game. I don't know if this is a game you play or not, but... So there's a certain stiffness to the cutscenes in this game that most games I play don't have these days. I think because of things being rendered in engine, because there's just so much content. Well, thank you so much for coming by. Okay, are you making tea? You better not be poisoning me. I've been poisoned like twice, I think, in this game. I'm nervous. I'm nervous about this. What is he doing that's taking so long?
Though I have lived in these lands my entire life, to hear you speak of them, there is much and more I have yet to see. Truly, yours was a marvelous journey.
I was like, he's too perfect. He can't actually be what he is, but he is. Like, for those of you who haven't played through this game, apologies for just how much I love Emmerich. I love a lot of the characters in well, I love some of the characters in this game a lot. And for those of you who have, don't we all love Emmerich? Isn't he great? Come hang out with me. Be my friend, Emmerich. Come on adventures. I would absolutely love to have Emmerich be my traveling companion.
Well, truth be told, when I think back on the sweeping vistas of the churning mists, I do feel some slight pangs of wanderlust.
His dad is pretty awful. That's the elf pope that...
Alas, much as I would like to accept your invitation, I fear my present duties with the House of Lords demand my undivided attention. Someday, perhaps.
Yay! I'll hold you to that, sir. Oh no, the tone just got serious.
By your deeds, you have helped us to lay the foundation for lasting reform.
Alright, so here's some context, kind of wrapping up.
The formation of the Republic is but the beginning. For it is not only our system of governance which must needs change.
Must needs.
We, the people, must learn to let go of our hatreds and rise above our bloody past.
Do you see why I like this so much? Although must needs is an art. They use archaic phrases a fair bit in this game, and must needs is the one that is the most made fun of. It's very grating, and they said it a lot in 2.0. Somewhat less better here.
I
Less
only
bad.
pray that I live long enough to see us achieve some measure of success, that I might know the lost did not die in vain. I can still see you there on the steps of faith, striding fearlessly towards the worm. If you could do that, who are we to balk at the challenges ahead?
My character has an emotional reaction to
The
that.
question of how best to strengthen ties with the other great nations of Eorzea has been debated at length in the Lords and Commons of late.
Right, so there are other countries on the continent. I think it's the continent of Eorzea, which I thought was the name of the planet, but it's not. It's just this region. And there's 3 countries that you can like choose between. There's the pirates, which all of my friends joined because they think the pirate queen is just, they want her to step on them. Which, more power to them, I suppose. She's cool and all. No, we're not. We're in Elfland. There's forest elves, which is another thing. But this is, yeah, we're in Catholic snow elf territory. But so there are other 3 countries outside of this one. There's the pirate place. There is toxic capitalism, the city, which is largely Lalafelian. And then there's the like nature forest place that has a lot of elves, but like forest elves, not mountain elves. Which is where I chose to be like my character's center place. So consequently, Gridania is the only one of those 3 that I can find my way around in. Because there's Limsa Laminsa and gosh, I'm blanking. Gridania, Limsa Laminsa, and help me out here, please. Ul'dah! Yes, Ul'dah. I'm sorry. This is the problem with giving places other nicknames. That you don't call them by their actual name, and your friends all know what you're talking about. Thanks, Seal and Mortar. Have a good night. Sleep well. Thank you so much for the raid. Take care. Before you go, let's do a shout out. I'm learning how to do this. There we go. Oh man, what were you doing in Suikoden 2, friend? I guess you're about to go to bed, so never mind. No, so Blue Glass, it's more like, so the people who run Ul'dah, they're called the Syndicate. Okay, it's pretty, it's pretty unabashedly not good. But the leader, Nanamo is good. So like it's like there's like the good person in charge, and like her like little good pockets of goodness, and then there's all the badness, and so they try to assassinate her. It's just political drama. We'll go there at some point. Oh man, good time, Steel and Mortar. All right, well sleep well, and we'll talk more Suikoden another time. But yeah, so none of the other countries are perfect, although I would say at least from my observation, and this may come from the bias of my friends who really like, what's her name? Is that Merle Webb? Which I'm sure that's not how you say her name, but tough. But the pirate place seems like the least bad, just like overwhelmingly the least bad. Because there's like toxic capitalism, and then there's racist elves, and then there's pirates. Are they bad? Okay. I haven't really spent much time there. All I know is that everybody really likes the Pirate Queen. I did not pay much attention to what happened in A Realm Reborn. I tried to, and it's just like, I can't do this. I can't do this. But, so those 3 have had an alliance for a while, and our country that we're currently in has been like, we're too busy fighting dragons. Peace out. But as Emmerich is saying here, like, we're beginning to make peace with, like, reach them out. Yeah, I mean, the Pirate Queen is pretty great. And, like, So there's a bunch of different races in this game. And there's like these giant ones, so I just call them mountains. And she's a mountain, so she's like enormous and strong, and Chrono would probably like her well enough. All of my friends are really into that type, so they're all really happy with her.
As you may imagine, maintaining stability during this period of historic upheaval is our paramount concern. Nevertheless, we are greatly indebted to the Alliance for their support during the Grand Melee, and it would be remiss of us not to repay their faith in kind.
Yeah, you still have to get involved with politics.
Of course, we owe you the greatest debt of all. And it is
Oh,
my
the
hope that in
Scions!
extending our support to you and the Scions, we might also express our gratitude to our neighbors, nay, our fellow Eorzeans, whom we pray you will continue to protect.
So we had like a superhero team, the Scions, that were like all taught by like this like super amazing wizard who like saved the planet from being completely destroyed when the moon was dropped on it. The Scions were like largely the most boring characters ever, and the ending of A Realm Reborn is rocks fall, everyone dies. And I was so mad because I was like, this is the cheapest, awfulest thing. You did not earn this, and it is too much. Like you are trying to emotionally devastate me without having earned it by having good characterization. But it's still upsetting and uncomfortable, and it's so much. Everyone dies. I was really unhappy. The Scions have slowly reformed. It turns out they didn't all die. The one of them that was most interesting has been the one who's most involved, Ishtola. I like her. She's a smart-mouthed, but like she's like a dryly smart-mouthed caster. I really like her. And then there was a character who was really boring, but he was my favorite archetype, so I liked him anyway. But then after Rocks Fall, Everyone Dies, he like turns super grumpy and sad instead. So he's no longer the charming rogue with a heart of gold flirting with everybody, which I think is an interesting decision. And they've changed his character design accordingly. And I'm curious to see what else they're going to do, because they're bringing back some of the other characters that were part of your superhero squad then. And those are Hot Pants and Potato Man. Hot Pants is my least favorite of them. I actually know Papalimo's name, but Ida is the worst. When you see her design, you'll understand why I call her Hot Pants. And part of the problem was... Oh my god, no. Part of the problem was, depending on which of those 3 cities you pick, you get to know different ones of the Scions that are like kind of like of the superhero team that you like have more like quests with. So there's the dashing, charming rogue with the heart of gold, or the very like clever and dryly hilarious like wizard lady, or there's the comic relief idiot Hot Pants and her potato friend. Guess who I got stuck with? Hot Pants and the potato friends. No, thank you. And like they were all like, no, not Tataru, Papalimo. I like Tataru. I have a friend who doesn't like Tataru, but I think she's very cute. But no, if you start with Gridania, you get Ida and Papalimo, and I just really didn't like them at all. So that did not help me get into A Realm Reborn. I might have enjoyed it more if I had started with one of the characters that I wound up carrying. Oh, and then there's like Two-Faced Bookman. But in character, we don't know that he's actually with the Basement Goths, but he is actually with the Basement Goths, but he pretends to be one of the Scions. Yeah, so you get Ishtola, or you get Thancred, or you get Papalimo and Ida. I am very disappointed that I got Papalimo and Ida, because I really strongly dislike them. If they had remained Rocks Fall, Everyone Died, I would not have been sad. But yeah, my nicknames are Amazing Blue Glass, and you're going to be stuck with all of them, and I will continue to assign people nicknames. Although I'm better at remembering people's names. You'll notice that the people who are introduced in Heavensward, I'm more likely to know their actual name, but not guaranteed. So yeah.
The Lords and Commons agree on very little. But not a soul in either house begrudges your order this offer of patronage. For all you have done and will do, we thank you.
We kind of messed up our everything. Alphino tried to make his own superhero squad as like a 15-year-old child who thinks he's very clever. But he did a very bad job, and that led to everyone dying. So we've been kind of drifting around. So it sounds like our superhero squad that all died but wasn't all bad, because his was super corrupt and it was bad. Yes, Alphino did not background check, so there was a lot of bad people that betrayed everybody that were in his special superhero squad. But our superhero squad that's reformed needs a place to like have our headquarters, and it sounds like it's going to be here in Ishgard. It's okay, I like Ishgard better than everywhere else anyway. I was really frustrated with it for a while, but we fixed a lot of what I didn't like. Which is kind of the point of Heavensward. Is like, make it less of a theocracy, remove the corruption, remove the evil, bad people in charge, fix the problem with the dragons.
May I ask a personal question?
Oh man, Emmerich. Sure, if anyone can, it's you.
Now that the dust has settled, what will you do? Not as a scion, I mean, but what do you want for yourself?
I have no idea. I'm not a character. I have no answer. I have no answer. They're gonna try to make me... No, they're not.
Commander, pray forgive the interruption.
Why did I hear a Moogle sound? What's going on?
News from House Fulton.
That's again, I mentioned that my friend who died and his father and his half-brothers, that's their house. I love Emmerich too, he's amazing.
An urgent message for the Warrior of Light. I was instructed to deliver it without delay.
So notice that Dr. Threx just showed up and immediately was like, I love Emmerich. I told you, we all love Emmerich. We also all love Horschfront. So, all right. Hopefully this is not bad news.
Master Thancred returned to the manor a short time ago bearing an injured maiden.
Who? Okay, Thancred is the guy who used to be a charming rogue with a heart of gold, but now he's like super dark and serious.
Master Leveilleur and Mistress Tataru are tending to her wounds, but they like not her chances. Respectfully, my lord, they have requested the Warrior of Light's immediate presence.
Okay, Master Leveilleur is Alphino. That's the kid who did a very bad job making a superhero team and everyone died. I love him. He's a great character. And Tataru is like a slightly comic relief, very sweet. Basically, she's our secretary. Or our admin, I suppose. Who did Thancred bring back who's dying? Can't be Minfilia. She already disappeared.
You must go to them, my friend. And I shall go with you.
All right, Emmerich. Let's do this. Okay. Well, this is going to be dramatic. I'll probably have a reaction depending on who it is if I know who they are.
For every ending marks a new beginning.
Different voiceover. This isn't Horschfront's daddy, who is wonderful. I love him. I love that whole family. Even Emily.
From tragedy and sacrifice, we rise to greet a new dawn. As did she.
Who is the she? Oh my god, you have to tell me. Stop being dramatic and looking at the moon.
Only to be drawn unto another battlefield.
Or is that me?
Another cause. As if by fate.
Okay, that was me. That was the she they were talking about. Man. Okay. Plot stuff. Alright. God, there's some great names. I really like to collect great and terrible names. So I know apparently there's a way to make it so that you only see people's initials, which would probably be good for streaming, but I just really like seeing people's ridiculous names. So, there was one dungeon that I went through with a friend and a bunch of randos, and one of the randos was named Trash Can. It's the best. I was so happy. It was amazing. You know? I loved that. I still remember Trash Can months later. I try to like screen cap the really good ones and show them to my friends. So if you see me doing that now, like please forgive me, but it's a habit. All right, let's go inside the manor and see who is this mysterious person that Thancred brought back. I don't remember what Thancred was even up to. Oh no, this is Alphino's sister. Oh no, this is Alphino's sister. That's who Thancred was helping out in the last cutscene. Oh no! See? I remember.
Yes.
She can't die. You can't die. You're Alphino's twin sister.
Is that...
That's Alphino. The one who
Alize,
was...
Alphino's twin sister.
I remembered.
She ran afoul of the Warriors of Darkness.
Oh yeah, there's not just the basement goths and the Empire. There's also, so we're the Warriors of Light, who are like chosen by the good crystal planet goodness, but there's also the Warriors of Darkness chosen by the dark planet crystal darkness. I'm still figuring it all out. But yeah, so this, by the way, Thancred, he used to be the charming rogue with a heart of gold. Now he is this. You can kind of tell by looking at him, he's not that anymore. He grew facial hair and wears an eye patch because he's very serious.
I had been tracking them since the ceremony at Falcon's Nest. Little did I know I was not the only one.
Yeah, I remember seeing that cutscene.
Evidently, she had learned of their activities and attempted to shadow them on her own. Poorly.
Wait, I thought she was supposed to be the competent one of the two of them. Are they both really bad at things? That would be kind of delightful. Because I always thought that Alphino was the one who messed everything up. He's a really smart kid, and he's a good magician, but he's kind of an idiot. I was hoping she wasn't.
I rescued her in the Twelveswood, and together we fled north. But though I made every effort to cover our tracks, they caught up with us on the Ishgardian border. And in the ensuing struggle, Alize took an arrow to the shoulder.
Alize. Okay, I guess I should
It was
probably...
only after we had made good our escape that I realized it was poisoned.
Oh, shoot! Yeah, I was going to say she didn't look like she was that badly off the last time I saw. We have to cure her. She can't die. Well, you can't kill Alphino's twin sister.
Thank you for coming so quickly. And you, Sir Emmerich.
Think nothing of it. How is she?
We have done all we can for now. Although the immediate danger has passed, the poison yet lingers in her blood.
Well, I was looking forward to like making fun of Alphino in a loving way when I introduced you to him. But I can't do that when his sister is lying, potentially dying. So, we will give Alphino a hard time.
We came to Eorzea together,
Not now.
hoping to bring salvation to the realm our grandfather gave his life to protect.
So that's what I was explaining to you. They're in Gridania. That woman who's like on the far right, who's like got one of the prettiest designs in the game. She's the leader of Gridania. That's the racist forest elves. That's my home. that's my central place.
But when confronted with the bitter realities of its politics and its petty powermongers, she was driven to anger and to doubt. She refused to become embroiled in what she termed Eorzea's squabbles and distance herself from the Scions.
Meanwhile, Alphino became super close to the Scions. And would like lurk outside the door while the Scions were talking so that he could walk through the doors at the most dramatic moments to introduce whatever he had to say. He's such a dork. I love him. I really do.
Though she remained hopeful of a brighter future, she would walk her own path. Would that it had not been so perilous.
They are so similar looking. I wonder if she'll get a new outfit. If she lives.
For all our differences, she's as dedicated as any Scion to the salvation of Eorzea. But more than that, she is my sister.
Yeah, we have to save her. We can't let Alphino lose his sister. That's unacceptable.
To be reunited with her, only to lose her forever. Gods, even to speak the words.
Like the voice actors, I think, do a good job.
Take heart, Master Alphino. She will be attended by our most skilled chirurgeons.
That's their word for surgeons. It just is. So the one who walks through fire, this is my first MMO. And it's basically, once you get past A Realm Reborn, which is not good, and you get into Heaven's Word, it's like you have like a good JRPG. And then also sometimes you play online with your friends and fight monsters, which are two things that I enjoy, as it turns out. I'm pretty far in. So this, if you want to play the game, there will be spoilers dropped here. But also A Realm Reborn, the first game basically in Final Fantasy XIV is not good, and I feel like you have to like know it's going to actually get better to get through it. But I really like this. Yeah, like Alphino tries so hard to be a grown-up. He tries so hard to be a grown-up, but then the voice actor lets his voice catch to let you know like he is actually emotionally invested here. That's Horshfont's dad. I like him a lot.
Bear Mistress Leveilleur to the infirmary at once. Apprise Captain Whitecape of the situation and inform him that she is to be treated as my personal charge.
11 is popular. I thought 11 was like super niche at this point. 14 is going very well. It's going very strong, and they're like releasing a new expansion in just a few months. So we'll see. I don't know that I'll ever catch up because I'm really slow. But yeah, 14 is very good. Also, I'm sorry, like in this one, like I'm still gonna figure out kind of what my like pacing is as far as streaming this during cutscenes and things like this, so we'll figure it out. When I'm more invested in things and I feel like you guys also know who the characters are a bit better, like maybe we'll have a different flow, but for now I'm just gonna talk between all of the dialogue. Alright, I probably should know who Captain Whitecape is because I probably had to do some errands for Captain Whitecape. Nemric is gonna take care of business.
Wait, don't go. Please, come closer.
Oh my god. Shut up, Windows Defender summary. We're getting important story about Alphino's sister.
The warriors of darkness are in league with the Ascians. Slaughtering the primals is but the first step in their plan.
The Ascians are the basement goths. I don't like them. Yeah, so we're all trying to stop the primals. It's a mess. Everyone keeps summoning the primals. It's just...
They make for Zelvatol to bring about Garuda's summoning and to kill her.
Oh, I fuck Garuda. She's like a harpy.
You must stop them.
No, she can't be dead. No, you can't. No. No.
I shall inform the others at once.
All right, Tataru. That's our admin. Our administrative assistant. She's really adorable.
Master Thancred, I would ask that you accompany Mistress Leveilleur to the infirmary. Your knowledge of her injuries may well prove useful in determining her treatment.
Of course.
Oh, Thancred. So Thancred spent the first chunk of A Realm Reborn that we see him in being possessed by one of the basement goths, but we didn't know that. So he was like boring. I guess maybe we did know, but he was boring and grumpy and generic and evil and whatever. And I was like, this guy again. But then they like basically, what's the word? They exorcise like an exorcist. The Ascian from him, and then like you don't see him for a while, and then like there's like some fight happening, and like a knife goes flying into the bad guy, and then somebody says a smart aleck response and is like all like snarky, sassy, flirty, and then starts flirting with the girls, and I'm like, okay, if they did not have Thancred be that before, I would have remembered, because he's my favorite archetype, but now he's not. You see how much he isn't. Alright, so here is Count Edmund. This is Horshfont's dad. He's talking about family. It's unbreakable. Steward, what are you going to tell me? Oh, yes, we're basically... I love that. Oh, that's right. That's right. The dad stepped down, and now the older son is in charge of the house. But yes, so now we are. So we can ask if you want to know stories about these, but we are now considered a member of the family. I'm gonna close the map. I know Alphino will talk to you shortly. I want to see if there's anyone else to talk to. Also, you can stand on furniture, but you can't knock it over. Hello. Wait, who? Yeah, who are you? You're not the usual tiny one. How adorable. Okay, so something is really weird with the elves. So they're like this when they're young. But this is not like an infant. This is like 12 or 13. This is the same species or race as an adult. Do you see the height difference? The size difference? The everything? Like, so then we go over here to Mr. Alphino. So I played as a Lalafell for several years, and Alphino is an important character a lot. So I came to like his legs. And then when I changed to be a human and I was suddenly taller than Alphino, that was the hardest thing to get used to. Yeah, like the growth spurt is just ridiculous. Again, he's like what, 15-ish? And here's the adults. Like look how big Emmerich is. Look at how tall Emmerich is. And then like look at how short Alphino is. Why did they hired another small child? Because the younger son in this household also has his like assistant / servant who is adorable and I would recognize, and I was like, but this isn't that one. It's somebody else. All right, Alphino. Yes, they did bring Estinian back. Estinian was our dragoon friend who actually wound up getting possessed by the dragon. And instead of letting him die when we decided to kill the dragon, we believed in him. And so we pulled the dragon out of him. And that's where the spirits of our friends who had died showed up to help. And I was crying. It was amazing. I was really excited. Oh, whatever, Alphino. He was giving you a hard time because he's Estinian. That's what he does. Yes, let's go rescue your sister. Oh, heavenly eggnog. That sounds good. And get food or money. I'm gonna I don't even. I'm sorry. I could get the eggnog. I really, 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 really want to cover those songs. My friend Annie totally did cover both Answers and Dragon's Song at the VGM Together event. By the way, they officially announced there's going to be more VGM Together events, and I totally volunteered to help with them, so I'm very excited. More on that later. So the Warriors of Darkness are bad, and maybe more interesting, the Ascians are bad and not interesting. Garuda is one of the primals that we fought like a bazillion times because just the primals just keep coming back, and then they like sometimes make people into thralls so they lose their mind. I'm not really interested in the primal stuff. I'm sorry. Okay, confronting Ravana. That's another primal. He's like Odin the Bug. Okay, we're gonna... Alsalfatol really sounds like a medication. The Ixal... Oh, okay. So there's like there's the beast tribes, which are like... Okay. Kurthus. I think that's the part of the continent. I'm really not good at this. Okay. Oh, an airship. Is Sid gonna drive us around? There's a Sid in this game. He's great. They could blue glass, and I'm hoping they will because I suspect we're not done with him yet. At this point, I'm like wincing when I see these people come back because as you can tell, I'm super invested in all of the story stuff in Heavensward. Like, everything going on internally with Ishgard, everything that's happening with the dragons, like, I was there for it. Less so perhaps for like things that existed before Heavensward. Okay. Okay. Oh, Camp Dragonhead. Okay. Thank you, Lord Edmonds. I really like him. He's really great. He does the narration for Heaven's Word. Oh, that's right. We have these like cell phones in our ears. Okay. You're gonna witness Lauren only teleports anywhere. But I might want to go see if I can see LSA. Oops. Wrong button. I've been playing a game with the D-pad too much. I'm like trying to use the D-pad. Alright, Lord Edmund. Oh, excuse me. I guess he's Count Edmonds now. I guess his son is Lord now. Acting commander. I should probably know what happened with the commanders at Camp Dragonhead, but I don't. So this game is why I now know what an instance is. And instanced things are. Oops, wrong button. So now we're gonna do what I always do. Okay, here we go. Oh, look at this. They're telling me the story. Primal summoning is bad. We're gonna go to Camp Dragonhead. We're gonna go do this now. Alright. We're gonna teleport to Camp Dragonhead because I couldn't be bothered to actually travel there myself. So I'm floating and teleporting. This is the way to get around as far as I'm concerned. Alright. Oh man, I have so many ponies. This is one of my ponies. Oh, I need to hold on. I need to zoom out. I had friends who made fun of me for not being able to find my way around. Here's another pony. See if I can find my fanciest pony. No, I want to. Sorry, I have just random ponies. They're all ponies. So this is a pony that I got with my pony squad. No. Keep trying to Zorro. No. Where's my fancy pony? I'm just gonna have to like actually get my fancy pony. Okay, fine. Fine. We're gonna have to do this the right way. I was hoping it would give me, okay. So this pony is super, super rare. And I accidentally got it because my pony friends and I were farming for ponies. I know these languages now. I can speak the words of a true person who plays MMOs. Amazing. But they gave me the whistles without thinking because the boss will drop a whistle that you use then to summon a pony. But they didn't check to see which one it was. So this is one that's super rare that neither of them had. But now it's mine. So now people think I'm really special and impressive. But actually it's just that my friends didn't check. All right. Oh, hold on. We have something super important to do. Okay, so once you've been to a place enough and like basically been everywhere there is to be in it, you can fly there, but not before. I'm going to show you one of the most important things you can do. All right, you ready? Oh, what? Oh, I hate that. That always happens. Let's try that again. So I like to use my ponies like skateboards to skateboard tricks in this game, and I don't know why nobody else does it. I'm not very good at buttons, but that's not news to anyone. Okay, so like you try to see how many times you can spin around before you hit the ground. So you take fall damage, but it's never lethal unless you're in the middle of fighting something. It's great. So yes, pony skateboards. It's amazing. I totally do this. I'm sorry. Anyway, it's very important stuff. So that's my pony skateboard. Be impressed. All right. So we're gonna go walk through the gates. All right. Do I have to actually fly my pony there? Okay. But yeah, so don't be surprised Oh god, I love this. I love the music. This game is such good music. It's got really good music. So this is like, we're just like riding around. There's a lot of snow here. And these, we're just gonna, where am I supposed to go anyway? Where am I going? Where am I going? Hold on. This is why I just teleport everywhere. So you can fly on your ponies, and then right now it's telling me I can't go that way because I misread my map. Wait, no, I can't. Okay, I can go this way. Okay. I'm good at driving. All right, I made it. Okay. Hi, Alphino. All right. Okay, so this is going to be an instanced encounter thing. Oh, there's a Fates which play one of my favorite songs, and I don't know how to describe them in any terms that are. They're like, sometimes a special thing is happening on the map that's like timed, and like everybody in the area can join it, and then it's like, kill this many things, or survive this much time, or defend this person, or whatever, and like it plays really awesome music, and then you all try to do the thing, and then if you win, you get stuff. How do you like my explanation of how MMOs work? Okay. Alright, we're gonna have to fight the Warriors of Darkness. Oh, what? That's a dungeon? Oh, no! Oh, no! I guess I could play with a rando. I didn't realize that was gonna be a dungeon. I didn't realize I was so close to a dungeon, or I might have, like, I don't know. Because normally I do dungeons with my pony friends. But we can do a dungeon with randos. I'm not super great at what I do, though. It'd be really fun to see. Actually, we can test. So my friends, my pony friends, one of them is really good at explaining stuff. Which is part of why, like, so I basically learned how to play this game better, and I learned how to play Final Fantasy VII Remake better because of that, and vice versa. So I'm, like, improving skill-wise because of that. And so I wonder, without anybody telling me what I'm supposed to do in these dungeons, I kind of wonder, can I figure it out? And you can all see. Do you want to see? Do you want to see me try to get through a dungeon? And does anybody here want to join me in the dungeon? If not, we can go with randos. It'll take a little while because I am a DPS, which is to say that I am an attacker character instead of a healer or a tank. Yeah, I don't know. I'll figure out what I'm doing eventually, but for now, shall we give it a try? We can give it a try. Let's see. Zalfatol. That's okay. Alright. We've registered. Oh, look at that! Somebody's got Magitech armor, which totally plays Terra's theme. It's very exciting. Yeah. Okay. So this might take a while, and we might not actually be able to do this today. But that's okay, because I'm going to ride around on my pony and talk about things. Whee! So the nice thing when I play with my pony squad is that they will usually have, one of them will be the healer, and one of them will be the tank, and I will be the DPS, which means that somebody else who's got a 10-minute wait is like, oh yay, there's a group for me to join. Oh, you know, I'm supposed to go do the Red Mage quest, actually. Oh, we're in a Fate. I want to be in a Fate. This song. No, I gotta go join the Fate. No, I want to be in the Fate because of the music. Let's do it. Okay, Four Sisters. Okay, hold on. Hold on, I want to summon my, summon my chocobo. Oh shoot! Did I just die? What just happened? Right? Isn't it amazing? Oh my god. I love this. This is one of my favorite songs in the entire game. No, you stop that. Okay, fine. What? I don't have her cure? Oh, shoot. This isn't good. So I've turned down my, there should be a lot more sparkles, but I was getting confused by how many sparkles were going on and I couldn't see what was happening. Okay. I'm gonna close my map so that I can see my dual cast, which I just made bigger. Oh! What am I supposed to be doing besides Khaleesi's? No! Oh my god, I'm getting my... So the thing with a red mage is you might... Where's the bad guy? Am I supposed to kill somebody else? Oh, I am. Okay, hold on. I got this wrong. Oh, I have to get off my pony. Hold on, sorry. I'm good at this. The visual effects are cool. I do backflips and stuff. I like it. Hold on, we gotta kill this guy. Oh, we're gonna Zorro this other guy. Okay, watch this, watch this. Oh, I don't quite have enough. Darn it. I want a Zorro. Okay. Do you hear the guitar? Do you hear that guitar? Isn't that amazing? Okay. So I can explain what I'm doing if anybody wants to know. Oh, I don't need to Zorro on you. I think there's one more that I'm gonna go find. Okay, so there's more? Where are they? Here we go. Okay, you. Not you. You. Okay, I'm gonna Zorro you. This is like a special move. Oh, you can't see the Z. So I call it a Zorro move because you cut a Z into the air like your Zorro. It's very exciting. No, stop that. Oh man, I'm gonna run out of time before I do this. Oops. Hold on. Alright. So we'll see if I get into the next dungeon before I finish the fate. Okay. I did it! Yeah! Oh, I feel so cool. I did a hunting log thing too, which I don't really know much about. Alright. So yeah. Oh, I can't land on this thing. Sometimes you can land on them, and then there's like a vista. Yeah, no, it's cool. It plays familiar music, and like sometimes like the dungeons will have music that's like reminiscent of or directly from one of the like the classic Final Fantasies. It's very exciting. And like there's a character named Matoya, and if you go to her home base, it plays Matoya's cave theme. And her home base is in a cave. It's great. I love it. We could go visit her. We could go anywhere. We don't actually have to stay here just because this is where the dungeon is. I just suspect that there's going to be story. Man. Dragonhead. Camp Dragonhead. So yeah, like... Okay. Are these actual... Okay, no, those are NPCs. Oh, there's another fate! Let's do it! Let's do it. We're gonna join another fate. Oh, I'm lower level here. Okay. Oops. Why is it not doing the fate music here? I'm so disappointed. Anyway. I don't know that we'll be able to do the dungeon tonight, but that's okay. I figure that'll be something to do next week. No, kill the bad guy. Don't attack the friend. That's not what we're supposed to do here. So there's like level locks. Ah! That lake. If somebody else is joining in here. Yeah, that's a spirit friend. No! Oh my god. The bad guys keep dying before I can kill them. It's the hazard of this game. Ah! I keep getting my my dual cast off. We did it! We completed the fate. So excited for us. Somebody else is there. I'm just gonna dance. Okay. Are they gonna dance back? No, they're not. What fun are you? Alright, so we fought some fates. We flied around. Look at me wordsing. Do the words that I words. So this is not one of the most visually impressive places. There are areas that are super beautiful. And visually interesting and different and stuff. This is not one of them. It's just a lot of snow. But we'll see more locations that are nice. So yeah. I might go ahead and shut down. And I know this is a short stream. But like... I'm not really... Whee! Look at me fall! Whee! Sorry. I have fun with that. We'll see. We'll see if this goes. Yeah, the wait time is late. Long? I don't know. But, maybe next time I'll be more prepared. I'll let people know it's coming. I'll have figured out how to do it. I won't have to start the stream off with a recap of everything. We're probably going to have to continue recapping kind of as we go. A little bit. So I guess get used to, especially like until we get to Stormblood, when I'm kind of like settling into this, where I'm like, this is the guy who does this. This is the thing that's going on here. I don't remember what that guy is. I have a stupid name for that guy, that sort of thing. But yeah, thank you all for joining. This is a very different thing. I streamed my very first ever Final Fantasy XIV playthrough on my birthday in 2018. And it was a hot mess. And I haven't really streamed it since or really thought about it, but I was going to stream Shadowbringers. So we're going to get to Stormblood and see how things go. Thank you so much for joining. I guess give me feedback if you've got, as far as like the audio work, like should we do dungeons? Are people going to want to potentially play with me? I guess I can see if I can get people who are interested, who maybe will make it to the next week's stream. Or in the future or something like that. Otherwise, it's fine. I can talk while we wait for my character to get into dungeons. But yeah, no, I'm always a little nervous when I start doing something new in a game or on a stream. So this we'll see how it goes. I'm kind of excited about it. I hope it winds up being fun. I don't know if it's something I'm going to keep up doing long term. We're going to kind of see how it goes. If I want to commit to having another night with streaming, if Final Fantasy XIV feels like a good fit or not, I don't know. But they'll probably be going from 8 till 10 p.m. Eastern on Wednesdays, unless either I say otherwise or it feels like we need to take longer or what. But I think this is a pretty okay first time. So thank you to all of you who tuned in, even though this is like a new thing and maybe not everyone's thing, and maybe it's not a good time. I don't know. But I appreciate. I know there's a lot of ways you can spend your evening, so I appreciate that you chose to spend part of your evening with me. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to shut down. Yeah, cool, because it's 10 o'clock ish, and I'm gonna have to wait probably another like several minutes just to get into the dungeon, and then it'll be like 20 or 30 minutes to get through the dungeon, and that's later I think than I want to, because I've been playing this game since 6 my time. So that's 4 hours-ish. Yeah, no, it's okay. I will be trying this and see how it goes. There's always kind of growing pains when I try to do something new with streams and stuff. But no, it'll be good. It'll be good. I very much appreciate this. Like, let me know if folks want to be potentially partied with me. I'm L'Orealla Loala, Lorealla space Loalla on Ultros. And feel free to send me a friend request. I don't know exactly how that works. And we could even, if folks want, have a cross-world link shell group chat. I actually have one for Flutie Pies, so I could repurpose that. We could bring that back up. But we can work on that and maybe have a group of us, because I'm happy to party up with randos. I'm also happy to party up with people on stream. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, thank you so much. Again, like, I know this is a small and strange little stream. But for those of you who stuck around, thank you very much. I don't know if I'll put this on YouTube. If I put this on YouTube, you can be like, aha, she decided to put this on YouTube. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think. I'm going to go ahead and shut down so that I can do a thing that isn't playing this game tonight. And maybe give my cat some attention. Sophie's been kind of neglected. But thank you so much. We'll be back with Final Fantasy VII Remake tomorrow. And there will be a music stream at noon on Saturday. So I'm setting up a song list and everything. So, like, come to that if you want to, like, celebrate the new streams, and we'll see how things go from here. All right. Good night, folks. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you later. Bye.